And from right here in the North Peace, this is Energetic Eats, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op. You're at home here.
Time for the best segment of the week, Briggsy?
Honestly, favorite part of the whole week.
It's Energetic Eats. Today we're joined by Pam with the Peace Vale Farm. How's it going today, Pam?
It's going great.
Thank you so much for taking some time out of, as it turns out, what is a very busy season for you. So we're grateful. We had it up there just a second ago, a picture of kind of the food you brought us today, some sliders, and we're going to talk about where all the parts of that came from in a bit. But got to talk about you and your business first before we get to the eating. So
yeah. So what got you into the business?
When we moved out to the farm, we started growing beef, and we wanted to see it through to the very end. So we started a butcher shop on the farm, and we were rewarded by seeing how awesome the meat was at the very end. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we love farming. We love growing good food. So it was just kind of something that went well together, running the farm and having the butcher shop and selling our produce right off the farm.
Yeah, was it something you kind of did already for yourselves and maybe just for your friends and family? And you're like, we might be able to make a business out of this. We have so much, or we could just expand it to have so much.
Absolutely, yeah. I grew up on this farm. It's been here since the 50s, and grew up eating good food always, grown by my grandma and my mom and dad. And it was just a natural progression for us to start farming in a little bit different way. Yeah. And then we just grew it into raising the cattle and growing the food, the produce. And it was just for us at first, but it was so good that we had to share it.
Did you kind of know how to do all the parts of this already when you decided to kind of turn it into a business to do locally sourced products, or was there like a learning curve, or was it like you knew how to raise cattle, you knew how to butcher it, you knew how to grow vegetables, and then you just kind of put it all together? How did that work for you?
No, it's been 15 years in the making and a lifetime of growing up watching my parents and grandparents farm to know how to grow stuff and not kill it in the garden, and how to keep our cattle healthy. And my dad is super involved. Anytime someone's sick, he's out there with us, doctoring them up and teaching us what to do. It's not something you just pick up in a day. It's a lifetime of learning to do it well.
All right. Well, I'm very excited. I'm going to put this up again. So this is what you've brought along. It's just a sampling of some of the stuff you kind of do, because I know you do the meat cutting and whatnot, but you brought us some sliders, it looks like, today.
Yeah. So these sliders, they're from our beef, and we call these ones the mini Jep. Jepkema is our last name, and then we also do a bigger version. It's a third a pound beef patty, and they're just great. They're packed full of all kind of gourmet seasoning. Also on the plate, we've got our Peace Vale lettuce and our Peace Vale tomatoes and our Peace Vale purple onions and kale. And yeah, we're trying to just have it be a little bit old-time farm grocery store.
Okay, now this is honestly my favorite part here. Briggsy just sorting out she's plating it for us, as we should say. And yeah, it all looks absolutely wonderful. I mean, the fact that all of it came from your farm is kind of the most exciting part, I have to say.
I didn't plate it well.
For me. Oh.
So I apologize.
All right, so yeah, the bread, I have to ask about the bread. Was that, did you guys use like local ingredients for that one too, or?
I didn't make the bread this time. This is compliments of Safeway.
Gotcha. Okay. But that's something you can do and have done, obviously.
Yes. In a slower season, we're definitely baking bread like crazy. And also something I forgot to mention, we have Van Rook Smokehouse and Charcuterie working out of our butcher shop. And so the bacon is brought to you by him. And he does a great job. It's an Applewood smoked bacon too.
Oh, man. This is so good. We've had Van Rook on before at a previous episode, by the way. Yeah, this is outstanding.
Oh, this beef.
Everything about this is wonderful. It's so cool to eat something and know it came from right over there. Because you guys are just north of the airport, I think I saw on the map, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, if you just go past the airport at the T, you turn left, and our farm's basically right off there.
Wonderful.
Place with a tall silo. And
Do you the beef, like the kind of the beef that's in the slider, the ground beef? What do you do to that, just kind of for the cooking side of it? Do you put lots of spices in it, or is it pretty plain?
Yeah, we've got some secret ingredients, and then we keep it, but we jam pack it full of all kinds of different sauces and little spicing and garlic, and it's definitely not just your average salt and pepper burger patty. It's stuffed full, and it's also, we do a mix with pork to keep the moisture up there, so we can use a lean beef, and there's nearly no shrinkage in the patty, right? It's all no filler.
Oh man,
it's just good meat. And we pasture raise our animals too, so the quality of the beef is, not super fatty. It's just the right balance of meat, lean meat, and pork as well.
Wonderful. Well, while I take another bite of this, I did see on your website, I mean, it's not just kind of burgers that it looks like you guys prepare burgers for people if they just want to buy the burgers, but you do steaks and whatnot as well in the meat shop.
Yeah, we've just recently started stocking our beef by the piece, so you can come out and buy a T-bone if you want, or a flank steak, and also making lots of fresh sausage. There's a smoky farmers we do that's pretty popular, and a savory breakfast, and lots of lean ground we have on hand, roasts and stews, stir fry. Any kind of beef you'd like, we can make happen now. And we also sell our beef by the quarters, halves, and wholes. So if you want a custom cut exactly the way you'd like it, you can have a whole beef put in your freezer with exact cuts you'd like. Or just buy a couple by the piece to try it and see if you like the stuff that we're putting out.
Well, I could tell you, I think anyone would like this. Just based on this one thing I've tried, I think it's outstanding.
It's delicious. And then, so if someone does want to come and purchase it, I guess, where can people buy it, buy the meat and produce and whatnot?
Yeah. Right now you can come shop right on the farm. We're open 5 days a week, or you can just give me a ring if you want to pick something up. But if you head east out of town on 100th Ave, past the airport, you'll come to a T in the road. You go left, and then we're the first driveway on the right. And we've got signage that points you in the right direction of the butcher shop. And you can come shop farm produce in there and all our meats that we have on hand. And we're also working on a website. It's just not finished yet. So,
okay,
but that should be hopefully up and running, and we'll alert everyone on our Facebook page when I actually get the inventory and the little lines.
Excellent. And are you well stocked on produce right now, or are you starting to run out already?
Yeah, no, we've got lots of zucchini and buttercup squash, lots of lettuce still, thankful that the frost has not come, and lots of potatoes, carrots, and even we have corn this year, which is kind of exciting. We've never actually had fully mature corn, and leeks, Swiss chard.
Okay.
Lots of farm produce still left. And lots of times if we don't have it in the meat shop, we're happy to go shopping right in the garden with you. So we can go pick it together, and you can pick exactly which pieces you want.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Well, Pam, I'm really grateful you took a few minutes to chat with us about this today. If you want more information about the Peace Vale Farm and everything they do, I'd suggest you follow them on Facebook, because I see it's pretty regularly updated. Pam, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome. That's Pam with the Peace Vale Farm. Energetic Eats is brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op.
Energetic country.